Hey, we got someone knows what's
All
going
right,
on.
so-
Oh, they're doing shots to
Those
begin
are both
with.
sides. You guys got that far?
Oh, they're doing shots to begin with. Congratulations.
So a shot of Malort.
Oh god.
Oh, God.
All the top 8 have done them. None of them will forget it for like the next 3
The next
days,
30,
basically.
yeah.
So for those that don't know, Malort
Malort
is a Chicago-based liquor. I don't know if it's a company or just a liquor that.
Yeah,
company
it's
makes.
Chicago-based.
But it's a
liquor.
Chicago-based liqueur that tastes like
Tire fire.
60-year-old sewer water. It actually tastes like burnt pencil
I mean,
parts.
it's the
Like
taste of
shaving.
Chicago.
I've heard by tire
As in,
fire.
like,
but-
what you would get by, like, licking the asphalt in Chicago. That's sort of what it tastes like. Many people describe it as, like, burning tire, which is
Adequate.
a pretty strong description.
Tire fire.
So it's delicious. You should definitely purchase them. We tried to actually get them to sponsor Team Serious, but they haven't gotten back to us yet.
We're working on it.
We're hoping next time Team Serious
That's
Invitational is
TSI.
sponsored by
Sponsored by.
Jepson's Malort. So there are 2 bottles here. Actually, Brian Fisher on the right there, as a Chicago native, was the supplier. So he really owes it to himself that he had to drink that.
Diaphan, we actually started at about 11 a.m. Not all of us started at 9.
10:30.
I was like, the tournament started like 1:15. Oh, you mean drinking?
To be fair,
Otherwise,
to be fair though, all of us have different levels of drunk because Ben Perry woke up this morning and I can guarantee you he was still drunk from the night before, so his drunk has just continued.
let's carry on.
So we did some partying last night. We went in the pool. We went boating. Went in the sauna. Went back in the pools. An excellent time. So it looks like we're almost ready to start soon.
Is food up
This
yet?
place can never finish. There is food. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I will be right back. I'm claiming this chair though.
Grab me a burger.
I will do that. Do you
Grab
want
me a
anything
burger.
on it?
Ketchup and it'll be fine.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Fisher on the right. So I don't know if you guys have talked much. I'm Jimmy, LHC.
This is Mr. Kitten himself.
Solly has left us. I was the one who mercilessly
Solly's grabbing
annihilated.
and
I brutalized Solly, if you will, on stream with my collective brutalities. The best card
that.
Eldritch
That
Moon.
was.
That card is. I mean, it's.
I was competing. If that mechanic was broken, that's a many tendrils, no matter what.
I mean, that card. Well, the tendrils is like it's bad if you can't cast it infinite times, but you know, a dragon you can cast it infinite times.
Yeah, that's what I said. If you can yeah.
It's
And
so
it was like, all right,
yeah.
compute collective.
Exactly. So the previous dragon kill was you use Tassiger and you just recur Ancestral and you deck them 3 cards at a time slowly. But like that's fine, but it can be pretty annoying. Like sometimes.
How's JR doing? I need to know.
JR's good. So this deck, the deck I played.
Is it gonna be at Eternal Weekend?
JR will be at Gen Con. I'm not sure about Eternal Weekend. It's hard to say.
I'll throw
yeah. So we're talking
something about
JR Goldberg. Yet another of the has-beens.
Yeah, because I know you went to.
I did. I was
went
in
to Philly.
Philadelphia.
It was like, oh, you got the updated list.
Yes. So the list we played, the list that I played. There's no we. I'm sorry. The list that I played, because no one else would be silly enough to play that. It was me and Jared Goldberg who made top 8 of the champs prelim, the like 110 person prelim last year in Philadelphia, and then did very well in main event. I think he ended up at about 7-2 before he dropped out, or somewhere around there, like 7-3. Did very well with World Gorger Dragon straight out of like 2006 or something. So the list the list I played today was heavily based on his list, where we started with that list.
I figured you went to
we sort of swapped
you went
cards
to
in
Philly. It was like, all right, you got the updated list. You're gonna come to TSI.
Yeah, I mean,
pop out the list, and I'm like,
so I went to Philly,
wait, hold the fuck. Oh shit!
I went to Philly planning to play Bug Control because I pretty much play Bug Control all the time because I'm.
Yeah, because
I don't play up vintage, play better stuff, and I just always play Bug
Control.
Control.
The new updated list is
I mean, Bug Control's great. There's good stuff. Just as like as Menendian defaults to combo, as Rich Shea defaults to Control Slaver, I default to Bugfish or like Bug Control. So I had a Bug Control list, and I was like, "This is gonna be great." And I showed up in Philadelphia on Tuesday.
I was talking to Dwan about a Bug Standstill before if I had to play here.
There's some really good cards in
Tell me a 75, and I'll play a Bug Standstill because I want to play Bug Standstill, but.
So me and
I didn't have to play, and he played something else.
He played something else
DPS.
to be sure.
DPS.
Me and Josh Chappell and I played this in Bug. Josh Chappell of the Serious Vintage podcast.
Yeah, Coffee Cup, if those are the two series.
So we played.
Oh man,
we made a Bug deck you should.
I'm not being watched.
It's fine. So sorry. Josh and I built a Bud control deck. We're waiting for Vintage to start. All right. Josh and I built a Bud control deck. It was great. He played it at GP Columbus and some side events. We played some good cards, like Baleful Strix was awesome. We played some bad cards, like Cabal Therapy, which was really, really terrible. So I talked with Josh, and we built a revised list after that I was going to play. And then I showed up in Philadelphia to see JR, and he's like, "Hey man, have you seen the new Dragon card?" And I was like, "No, I haven't seen that. What are you talking about?" And he shows me Collective Brutality, which is it's 4 for 4, right? It's a card with 3 abilities and 4 upsides for Dragon, which is so awesome.
It's really good.
It's essentially is a it's
the
an
original
card.
like when it was printed. I saw the before I checked the Escalate. I was like, oh my god, it's a 4-man tendrils.
Yeah, like all the things it does are good. So
like Darker discard 5. 10,
that would be pretty broken.
10, but it doesn't work that way. So
yeah, that was. They probably tried that in testing. We're like, this is not real.
Oh
fun
god,
at all.
yeah,
This is not a real card.
That's how they
but even with one, it's real good. Where
Escalate.
It's essentially like either your opponent discards Swords to Plowshares, you kill Containment Priest, or you kill your opponent.
Yeah.
And then it also has a kicker of you get to discard a dragon to do multiple, which is just an advantage most of the time. So it's really, I mean, you saw it against Mike. It was very strong.
Welcome.
It's in the
Nice one.
stream.
Wait.
Whoops.
We got echo. Stream chat. Twitch chat. Are we getting echo or no?
Looks like we're about to start though. Brian Fisher over there. I see some lands. I see at least one Force of Will. So Brian's got some action. He's got a Tropical Island. I'm told he's playing Oath. Is that correct?
Correct.
CJ is playing
an
indescribable deck. It's blue
red.
I've explained it.
Blue red painter.
Yeah, so he has Painters, and he has a playset of Magus of the Moon in the main deck, and he has Time Vault Key, and he has
Tezzeret.
He has one Tezzeret. He has
Gorilla Shaman, Goblin Welder, and Grim Lava Mancers either in the main or
the Lava Mancers inside. So
one either makes beers or builds magic decks. Both. Team serious, yes. Both.
Yeah, so CJ's deck, Brian Fisher apparently has decided that he is not interested in that hand. I would have kept, but
So Fisher's on a standard oath with I believe 3 Grizzlebrands and Show and Tell. More similar to the Fenton oath that anyone on the East Coast is probably more familiar with, or anyone that's paid attention to Magic recently.
3 Grizzlebrands.
3 is a lot of Grizzlebrands, but I guess if you're Show and Telling, it would make sense. CJ looks like he's keeping because CJ's deck it's interesting for sure. I rode here from Detroit with CJ, and we looked through his deck. And
he did play Sea-Drakes. I am upset.
He did not play Sea-Drakes. His mana base is maybe it's a little let's call it
conservative,
non-traditional, in that he has more volcanic islands and fetch lands in there, which is a little strange. But he also has a full playset of wastes and strips to go with his 4
really combo with Magus of the Moons. Yeah, when he Black Lotus Magus of the Moon to me in game 1 of our match, he followed up with Strip Mine, and I was strong, and then tilted by the fact that it was really bad.
Yeah, so CJ's deck is very, very heavily anti-Eldrazi since he's playing a ton of non-basic mat. He's playing Painter Servant.
He knows Cleveland meta, so he knows meta.
CJ was hoping for a room of 20 Eldrazi decks. And then it's worked out to some extent as he's made the top 8 here to play against Brian Fisher. But we'll see if he can get his stuff online before Fisher can get Oath going. So that's sort of the question:
that was weird. Actually,
can Fisher get Oath active? And Fisher's database.
Wait, CJ just drew his hand, which is
weird.
Very
strange. You know what? They're gonna do what they're gonna do. Sapphire. It's a beautiful proxy. I don't know who drew it. It was me. 6 years ago.
Man,
real nice. Look at that. He's got multiple basics. So
he's got mana drain on set. It doesn't matter.
Those are good. There's still the possibility of CJ lands a Magus. Fisher sort of has to cast Oath of Druids, which is very difficult to do with Magus Limited play. I would be surprised if he has a basic.
Mark Spunky.
Oh man, CJ's gonna
shout out to Mark Trojan on that one.
He might get punished very badly for this.
I would eat that fucking Mox the shit out.
he might get punished badly if Fisher can just
He's eating a mox, floating a blue.
Oath of Druids, but we'll find out what he can do.
Fisher? Yeah,
Impulse. Yeah,
I was just about to say he plays Impulse.
Fisher is running Impulse.
It's a 5th Oath of Druids in his mind because he just wants to dig off. Now, Brian Fisher, for the record, has been he was on GWS when it was still a team back in like the mid-2000s. And they made a GWS Oath deck, which originally had Choke in it and played Impulses and things like that. So I don't think he's ever gotten rid of the fact that Impulse is a good card. And those of you that know me know I played it last year as a 3 of in my Champs deck that I bombed out with.
Did you happen to catch what he took off of that?
Ancestral Recall, it looks like.
No, the Impulse, there was an Oath in the Impulse. I think he may have taken that.
There is an Oath in the right of his hand.
Yeah. I think he just drew a Forbidden Orchard as well, which will probably be some trouble for CJ.
Well, CJ's got 2 Magus of the Magus of the Moon rather in his hand, which
he does. Does he have another land?
Oh well, there's the Mana Crypt. So this Oath is coming down and making real bad day for CJ.
This game may be pretty short as.
Oh, he didn't have the. Did he not have the Orchard?
Well, it doesn't matter because CJ already have a
deck. Yeah, he's gonna get the green thing in play.
He's got a.
He'll get the green trop no matter what.
So that's a trop. CJ probably right now is feeling pretty bad. He knows what's coming.
I mean, CJ could, in theory, combo out, but I don't think he's going to because it's going to require a lot more than what he currently has.
Yeah, so this game is definitely in Fisher's favor. CJ doesn't really have much, unless he somehow has, like, Paint a Red Blast.
Well, Fisher has Forcible in his hand, it looks like, too.
Yeah, CJ would basically need Paint a Red Blast here, which... odds are not. There's a Painter, actually, so if he has Painter, Land, Red Blast, but it looks like he has... 3 painters in his hand?
Log, no. Impulse is marginally good in some decks.
I think he has 2 Magus and 2 painters.
He definitely has 2 Magus and 2 painter. I think he might have a 3rd painter at the end there, too.
Well, he wins the poker game, but not the Magic game.
I think CJ has drawn the 1-2, 1-1, 2-2 beatdown draw against the Oath of Druids deck.
Against the Oath of Druids with no mana.
It's a great example of why Oath is not legal in, say, Legacy. Because the beatdown draw is not very effective.
Well,
it's a time vault.
That is a time vault for those of you that don't know.
Vault.
So his time vault gives him a shot, assuming Fisher
doesn't draw do nothing.
Why did he attack?
He did miss a point there. That was probably game defining. I'm not sure if CJ can come back from that.
So it looks like it's 20-19 as well, and Fisher's activating Oath.
Yeah, so Fisher is going to Oath of Druids in a really awkward fashion. I feel like you can pick those up in a much cleaner way. It's going to take like 4 minutes.
He's been doing this all day, so...
It's very rude. It's disrespectful to his opponent.
No.
Disrespectful to us watching the stream.
It's not that bad.
Oh, there's an Omniscience.
He is playing the Burning Wish Omniscience.
He's playing Burning Oath.
Fisher has got some spice in this deck. He's got some things going on.
And
we're about to see this game end right now, most likely.
I'm expecting some card draw.
Yeah, he's playing Burning.
Although Fisher is a very conservative player, maybe he's just gonna.
I'm almost certain that's a Burning Wish in this.
Maybe he's gonna play the land and just sit back and hope to hardcast a force in case of things. At some point, maybe he's gonna take some pity on CJ and try to make the game a little more interesting rather than just blowing the doors off. Currently, Brian Fisher is about to crush CJ very badly. So Fisher goes down to 12. He draws 7. He does not take the conservative line. Probably the right choice.
No, he's playing Burning.
I would agree with his choice to not do nothing, to do something. CJ is apparently unclear. Crystal Brad. CJ's a little out of practice. He hasn't played a lot recently.
No. Yeah, he's been outside of the Cleveland area.
Yeah, maybe he hasn't gotten Crystal Branded previously. Looks like there might be a point or 2 off. Looks like Fisher's down to 9 now, so maybe he missed a fetch or something. But,
so we're 9 versus 20 right now.
He has approximately 12 cards in hand with a 7/7 flying lifelink. So it's usually a good position. I would be happier to be on CJ's side of this board for sure. Make a land drop, it's good. Making sure he has
Land Voltaic beat in there.
His hand appears to have a lot of blue cards in it, which are not really his combo cards.
He has another Impulse, it looks like. At least 1 mental misstep.
One Oath.
That is going to get this card.
Definitely a Burning Wish.
A few lands.
Burning Wish.
He's got to definitely have a Burning Wish.
He's probably considering a Yawg Will here.
Trade with me while you're eating.
It's really
What? Really?
Yeah, and then when he leaves, I'll jump back in. We're making
They made me
rotation.
trade while they were eating. Yeah.
I ate downstairs talking
Yeah,
to
Fisher is.
Fisher's clearly in the driver's seat here.
He's so far ahead that there's kind of. It's going to be very difficult for him to lose this game.
I see a brainstorm in his hand as well.
The thing is, he's at 9, so he can't really Gristlebrand again this turn because losing to Mana Crypt would be a pretty devastating way to go down. I believe that is on a Latok Idol. So losing to his own Mana Crypt would be very tough. I can't really say. I didn't see a Force of Will for sure. It looks like he doesn't have a Force of Will, which is probably somewhat scary.
Man,
he knows that
just
CJ.
give you a shot.
He knows that CJ has some combo
No,
cards, so
drink it, fucker.
I think Fisher is just trying to play some defense here to make sure that he doesn't somehow lose to like some insane like Land Lotus, Painter, Grindstone, Force of Will, like some really unlikely insane collection of things.
The most
untaps, he pretty much can't lose if he untaps. So it's just making sure that some really ridiculous bad thing doesn't happen to him.
The most realistic thing he's going to do is just play Key and untap it.
I mean, yeah, that would also be very
He's
bad.
got 4 unknowns essentially in hand, and only 2 mana in play with the Time Vault, so you're really worried about Key.
Yeah. So Fisher, Fisher
Fisher's-
doesn't have a
yeah.
combo-looking hand. He looks like he's kind of slow, but he's just going to try and get as many counter spells as he can find.
Yeah, he's holding on to a mental misstep, but he
Misstep
wants to
is-
find more so that he can misstep back. to a
Exactly.
misstep.
Misstep is wonderful here. It counters the scariest 2 cards in the deck by far, which are Grindstone and Key, of course.
Grindstone doesn't matter right now.
Grindstone it's not particularly scary, but that's one of the few outs that are available for CJ.
Correct.
Is if CJ was slow rolling a land or something to be able to go.
Ooh, I don't have his
Land,
list. What's he
Lotus.
burning wishing for here?
That is a great question.
What, he's burning wish?
I'm guessing he is going to get Release the Ants.
Why don't we have top 8 lists?
We don't have any lists because we do not collect deck
Because
lists.
we're all friends. We don't need lists.
No,
like,
there's no deck list. Yeah, we would be
I
collecting.
feel like
It's no coincidence. Fisher's in the top 8.
Dog muscle.
Probably has been hacking people out all day with like a 35 card sideboard. That's sort of a GWS thing to
That's
do.
a
They were known as that kind of
To be
team
fair-
back in the day.
GWSers.
They're
Hey,
pretty
hey,
shitty.
hey, fuckers. To be fair, at one point I was on ICBM. At one point I was on GWS. And I did also have a short stint on Mean Deck, so you all can suck my dick.
No, I'm
Just
saying. GWS is Fisher's
Mendick? You're on Mendick?
Fisher is a former Star City champion, multiple
Mendick is
top
Mendick to
eighter.
me.
He won the Richmond
He
Star
did.
City. We were
Star
talking about
City
this, and he also won a standard Star City, and top 8 of the Legacy.
remember
So
that,
he is
actually.
ridiculous
I
at just
remember that
playing
standard
Magic.
one. I saw his name at the top and was like, wait, Brian
I know
Fisher.
that guy.
Didn't that guy like die like 4 years ago? Like I haven't seen that dude in forever.
It disappeared X amount of years.
So he passed. CJ draws the Lotus. Obviously, his hand can't get there, but there's a world where like he plays Lotus and Fisher is like legit. Like this might be bad. I could lose from here. It's not CJ. Can't. I mean, CJ's hand is not.
There's a
able to
world where
function.
CJ plays Lotus, he no longer has blue mana, and he's staring down a
Nice.
fucking 7/7 lifelinker. Like, this game
I
is
mean, this
done.
is I mean, it is. I'm just saying like Lotus is a card where it's probably the scariest card in the entire deck for Fisher to see because it gives him options that he didn't previously have. Where like I said, if he was slow rolling a Mox that he didn't want to use or a Mana Crypt, for example, Lotus combo is a real thing that CJ could have done. And Fisher has like Fisher's counterspell collection is basically null, which makes this a somewhat scary thing. He has Misstep as basically his only counter.
I don't even think he does. I guess he Burning Wish for Yawgmoth as well, so that
Yeah.
makes us awkward.
He would really like to be able to cast that Yawgmoth. I mean, he doesn't have to. He can win without it. But every turn that he gives CJ, it's a sweat he doesn't want to have.
he's at 9. He can. Yeah, I was gonna say he's got
Like-
Brainstorm. He's at 9.
Fisher,
so
I mean, Fisher is 95+%.
he just found a
win this.
Force of Will as well.
But he would really like to get CJ to 0%, and he's not there yet.
Hi, Brassman. Oh, we get
Yeah,
another
so there's a
shot.
Magus of the Moon.
Here's a real one.
There's another one.
Brassman
So
is
you get
bringing
you get 2 fucking shots
Weird
of
colored
green
liquids to people
Solid.
here.
This is actually whiskey now.
I'm a little concerned.
Well, no, we got that one and that one.
Nope.
Yep.
That's
it
for
will fuck up.
solid.
So yeah, so CJ's deck is playing 4 Magus of the Moon in the main deck. CJ is drinking all the Haterade. He is running on 100% Haterade right now. There's a Painter Servant, so he's
Where's
got
your goddamn Fucking Skull and Doom engines, fucker.
He's got small parts of many different combos available to him. Because CJ's deck it's a little scattered. There's a lot of different. It's sort of like a 2-card money, but instead of playing like aggressive, like workshops and demonic consultation and aggressive cards, it's sort of like 2-card money with a lot of counter spells and
bad cards.
A lot of Magus of the Moons in it too.
This is why I was tilted to lose to him.
Force.
They might be good cards, they might be bad cards, but he's in the top 8, so
Fisher's going.
They were good cards today.
Fisher's going down to 8. If he wins his mana crypt roll, he can essentially Grizzlebrand for 14, and it still hit Yawgmoth. Like,
yeah,
still hit Lotus, but
that's not really worth the risk for him, right? There's no way that he would do that.
I mean, I don't think there's any way CJ. I don't think CJ can beat a 7/7 lifelinker.
Well, so CJ does have combos, right? Like,
if that 7/7 lifelinker can just draw 7 cards whenever he wants,
I'm saying it's not. It's not likely.
Oh, he's gonna ult again to fill up his graveyard.
What is his other creatures? It's just
he's got 3 Grizzlebrand, so I'm willing to bet he's gonna. I think he has 3.
I mean, we'll find out here.
I tried to talk him into playing one.
Dragon's Breath?
No, the 4/7, the white guy, Elishnorn.
It's got Elishnorn in the board.
Elishnorn is a great sideboard.
He's got Elishnorn
in the main deck, it's not particularly
he wanted
aggressive.
it against a couple of rounds ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
truthfully, I think what he's doing is just.
He won against.
He has Emrakul. Okay.
He's got the big man.
Where's your Dragon's Breath, you motherfucker?
So this is not a great turn for CJ. I expect CJ will draw his card and then scoop his cards up and go to sideboard because, you know, he's facing down, losing all of his permanents on his next turn.
Yeah, that's yours.
And he's pretty much on a no-order. He could draw a key, but it's likely to get countered.
All right, so
Not a
JR,
great spot for CJ.
JR just popped in and he asked for the top 8. So we had the top 8. Let me pull up my phone because I got it.
I have the top 8 in my pocket.
Wait, we just.
I got it too.
So
it was the top 8 was in first is Ben Perry with 2-card Monty.
Yep.
In second was Ryan Fisher on Oath. In third was Jake Hilty on Thalia Mono White Eldrazi.
Yeah.
Fourth was Nat on Bant Mentor, so it's kind of like my old Rug Delver deck from the looks of it. He's got Tarmogoyf.
Nat is playing Rug Delver, but he's cut all the red cards and replaced them with Mentors and Swords, basically. So he has Tarmogoyfs with Mentors.
Yeah. 5 was Hazard with a Dark Depths, Dark Depths Standstill.
Blue-black, Landstill, Dark Depths.
6 is Kevin Crone with a Tameo Bant control deck. It was blue.
Tameo?
It was blue, white, and splashing with green, I believe, just for Tameo.
The interesting thing of that is he's playing that new the 2/3 for 3 that exiles a spell when it comes in. I forget what it's called.
It's the blue-white flash deck.
Yes, he said it's been very good.
7 is CJ, who you're seeing on camera, and 8 was Nam Tran with like traditional Nam stats.
Yeah.
Is this competitive REL? We try to keep it as competitive as possible, but we're all half-cocked or full-cocked, so probably not.
Serious, it's not even competitive.
Or 200.
So this tournament is, as you might have guessed from seeing all the proxies, the tournament is unsanctioned. This tournament is being held at the home of Jeff Mose, Fallon Tosser, also known as President Scroob. He is one of the members of
the pool later. Fuck you guys.
Yes, he's one of the members of the Serious Vintage podcast, so you probably are aware of him. As far as judging goes, it's sort of judging by community more than anything.
Or us. Okay.
It's casual REL at best. At JR, so JR Goldman.
Dude, it smells like sex in here.
Thank you, Claude. Welcome Anthony Michaels to the stream. You know.
No, Tom Ponerton. No, no.
GWS now outnumbers everybody in the.
So anyway, JR asked about the deck that I played. So me and JR, I was talking about the sort of dragon deck I played. So that deck had no counter spells in the 75. It was just like all like sort of aggro, suicide, dragon, collective brutality. The deck was great. It far outperformed what I expected. I won a lot of sideboard games, which is impossibly hard against with the dragon deck. Sideboard games are so hard because everybody just has enormous amounts of incidental hate, like Rest in Peace, Swords of Plowshare, things like that. The list was very good. I would play it again. I would definitely recommend it. I'm sure that Nat Mose will be at least exploring the deck a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of maybe an article that includes it, because Nat and I talked about the deck. He's very excited about it. Nat, of course, is the most visible member of Team Serious as the writer for legit MTG. Gathering Magic at the moment.
So let's stop this. I drove in with Brian, but we really didn't talk much about Magic. We talked more about like our Magic accomplishments in the past because we're both kind of has-beens, like Jimmy.
This is sort of the Team Serious motto. The best tournament of 2008 is this event.
Did you win?
I did manage to beat Nam in 2 games.
Ben Perry is on to the top 4.
We are
So, Jimmy, do you know what CJ's going to sideboard here?
When I saw CJ's sideboard, it was about 7 cards, so I don't.
Okay.
I'm sure there's Grafdigger's Cages coming in.
Well, he's in, like, he could have...
Straight blue-red, there's absolutely Grafdigger's Cage for sure.
CJ's been playing a while. He could go real old school and pull in the Greater Garganon, but I doubt
He
it.
does not have those.
Yeah, I doubt it.
CJ was unfamiliar with Mana Confluence. That's how long it's been since he played.
Yeah, CJ is he's getting back in. So
But
so
he's
CJ
still
is
played great.
CJ is famous or infamous,
For
whichever you
C-Drake,
prefer,
which is why C-Drake is
for
on this
playing
one.
C-Drake. So CJ has won a lot of power, like a really disturbing amount of power, including at least one Lotus, playing mono blue C-Drake like aggro control, which is like C-Drakes and various 4/3s with basically Chalice in the Void.
I'm
So
claiming that chair, motherfuckers.
me and CJ hung out.
GWS for life.
We had some lunch yesterday. I flew to Detroit and we drove over. And CJ was devastated, probably more than anyone. Even Nick Detweiler at the restriction of Chalice.
Oh, CJ was crushed.
Yeah, it just really like
Crushed.
pained him. Like
It actually,
physically pained him.
Yeah. Changed
It
the
was
man's
so sad.
lifestyle.
So no other results are up yet. Everyone else is
Yeah.
still playing.
So CJ moved to Detroit. He's a Cleveland resident. Moved to Detroit a while back.
He's a fucking Detroit.
He hasn't been out that much. So TJ's making his reemergence here. He's down a game, but he's really showing some heart in his 14 creature deck with no way to kill an enchantment against the Oath matchup. Maybe the worst matchup imaginable for him. It's hard to imagine a worse matchup for the Gorilla Shaman control deck than Oath of Druids.
So, Snowy Dude, I
But
don't
we'll see.
necessarily disagree with you for the record. I'm iffy on if unsummoning or brainstorming was correct myself.
Pick a prize. Lost. Yeah.
What's this for?
So yeah, I mean, me and Sally's match, I agree with every play he made. He played correctly at every instance. In my view, he drew worse cards. I mean, my deck was.
Who owns it? I don't
I'll probably draw better cards a lot of the time because I have a lot of discard, and if you draw a Mentor on turn 2 and kill me, so be it. And it happened.
So,
I drew better cards. Oh, well.
besides that,
How are we doing here? We on Mulligan?
so we have CJ and Fisher,
We
correct?
do. CJ, Fisher's up a game.
Who's
So Brian
we're in
Fisher,
game
CJ opened with a Gorilla Shaman. So Fisher opened with Island, Sapphire, maybe the scariest play in Vintage about 6 years ago. Mana Drain open, Mana Drain ready to go, fuel out like a Fact or Fiction.
So CJ's first, right?
CJ will be first. So CJ responded with Mox Land, Mox Monkey, blew up the Mox, Fisher Impulse, and then Fisher untapped into Oath of Druids.
Which is top 8, right?
From there, it was pretty much
it's
elementary. Yeah, so this is top 8. So this is Fisher's a 2 seed, CJ's a 7.
Okay.
The winner of this,
You pick a card on this for yourself.
the winner of this will play the winner of Jake Hilty, who is our returning champion, actually, trying to run back to back, which no one has ever done. I don't know yet.
No.
Hang
No,
on.
they're still playing.
So Jake Hilty and Kevin Cron, the Kevin Cron, the
So,
Darksteel Colossus
What
himself.
was that? Is that a preordained?
So yeah, so CJ has just a land pass. Fisher's got a preordained. CJ's gonna let that resolve. He's playing a lot of red blast. He has at least 5 in the main.
He's not aggressive
Painter
with them,
deck.
though, at all.
No, CJ is.
And Fisher does have the Oath on top of his deck.
CJ has never been an aggressive player. He plays Sea Drakes, but he plays them
You were playing against
very slowly. I remember a match at
You get
RIW. CJ was playing in a side event.
Oh, you're not.
That was-
Sorry.
The side event was timed. It was like timed rounds for everything because it was single elimination. So there's
That
a
was a
strip line
strip
on the
line.
Oh
end.
my god.
So
And
the
he
side
won
event
it?
was single elimination, timed rounds.
Oh god
And
damn
it ended up
it.
where-
It's
Where
too loud in here,
CJ
guys.
Yeah, so CJ was playing his Sea Drake deck, which also included Tinker for Platinum Angel much of the time. And CJ managed to put a Platinum Angel into play against his opponent who had Oath of Druids and it opened up 3 various 8/8s. So at one point in this game, we're at about 58 minutes in this round. That was a timed round that was over. That was supposed to go to life totals, but CJ was at like -50. His opponent was at like 12. but CJ had Platinum Angel.
Okay, so Brian's got Ancestry.
So it was like, well,
Is that an that no?
that is an A call, yes.
So, to the Raven Sings, Brian Fisher did not want to take his power out of his old school deck, so he proxied it, yes.
Brian Fisher of GWS.
The last of the Mohicans, if you will.
Don't hate on us.
Hey, I will claim that GWS again.
Anthony Michaels, another member of GWS.
I guess I
the only other
when I
member,
joined the
maybe.
deck in 2010,
Yeah,
but
there's only 2 of us left.
Yeah, it's.
Are you guys excluding solely?
I quit
Sully.
GWS.
Yeah, he quit. He went to Mean Deck.
So I have GWS a lot.
So anyways, alright,
I can understand that.
Hold on, come on.
So Fisher does have the Oath. I saw him preordained into the Oath, but he's got a Pearl in hand as well, so I don't know how good his hand is. I can't really see. It looks like he's got another
Grab
dual
some
land.
library.
Alright.
He's got another dual land at least.
He thinks. Alright. He plays a land. Flooded Strand cracks, so he is at what? That drops him to 7 or 16.
No, 16.
Okay, 16.
I pick.
So 16 to 20.
Jagger and Ortiz. I'll pick another one.
The only thing he really has to be scared of is
So he rolls off the Ancestry. Put a lot
I don't know.
of things, but I don't see much happening.
He has
right?
an Oath in hand. He's trying to be protective about it.
Oh,
Yeah,
but he doesn't
but-
have an orchard, right? So Oath isn't really doing much.
yeah, but he can slow roll.
It
It's not a
definitely
big deal.
slows
Alright.
CJ down
So,
dramatically,
It's
though,
true. He's gonna
because
play
we
the Oath,
see
so
the
CJ can't like Gorilla Shaman his world out of the can't blow up all his mana.
and
which is
CJ
a
can't
choice.
play Painter and then start. Like, I mean, he can
True.
play Painter
He'd
and
have
then
to
blast the
have
Oath immediately.
But that's a dangerous play because if the red
Fisher
blasts
has a
countered,
mental misstep, then it's over.
then
Yeah,
you get Gristle
exactly.
Brandon. Getting Gristle Brandon is you generally lose those games.
Oh.
Fisher's got more action for 3.
Caps,
What is this gonna be? Is this gonna be a Tinker?
JR says,
Oh,
well,
it's a
show and tell. Oh my.
Even scarier. So he
Oh,
has
he does have
omniscience
omniscience
in his hand.
Oh,
Looks
that's
like
resolving.
Show and tell is in there. I'm really hoping CJ's got like some.
Oh God,
master
Fisher's
plan.
got. I think he has Sphinx of the Steelwind in his hand.
I mean, I think there's a demonic tutor.
I mean, this game's over if that
Is
resolves.
CJ
most likely.
passing? Does CJ have no permanence and no counter spells?
So omniscience.
I mean, CJ
hits
could
the
just
play.
red blast this though. to
CJ
be
probably
fair.
should put all of his cards back
Oh,
in his
God.
deck now
CJ has to read them.
because he
He reads
seems
it.
very, very much in trouble.
He could red blast it in
I
response.
feel
but
like if he
wouldn't
had
have-
red blast,
yeah,
he
would-
likely would have red blasted the show and tell because now Fisher is going to.
I mean, I'm just going through everything that he
Yeah.
could potentially do. This game's over. Let's be
I mean,
real.
CJ has multiple cards.
He's
in
gonna
hand.
find Burning Wish and Burning Wish for empty or enter the
he's
infinite.
not.
No, he's gonna get enter the infinite and just
He-
go overboard.
he
'Cause
should
it's
get-
Fisher.
He could get. I mean, Burning Wish is a lot more fun. That is for sure. I can't imagine. Like, do we catch what's in CJ's hand? What could he have that he has no permanence but also no counter spells? Like, I don't even know what other cards could be in his hand. It would have to be like Dig Through Time.
Yeah, he got the Burning Wish.
All right, Fisher's gonna have some fun.
And CJ doesn't know what enter the
I really-
infinite
I
does.
really
So
think
CJ's
it
gonna
is.
have to read this thing.
CJ's gonna read this card and question whether this is an actual real card that was printed. Wait, draw all of your cards?
Yeah, Brian Fisher now gets to play Yu-Gi-Oh for the
Who
remainder of this
Who would
match.
design such a card? Like, why would they let you draw all of your cards? That's a terrible design. So that is an Enter the Infinite, right?
Wait, CJ grabbed his cards.
CJ has picked up his hand as though, wait.
Does he have any?
Maybe I
action?
should respond to this. I will force of will that. And if he
You
does
know-
that, I will.
Slap him.
That is like fall off the chair. Like what is CJ? He clearly just wants to see some cool stuff. CJ has set down his cards in a very resigned manner. That is
he's
not the
picking up
manner of
his
someone
deck.
who responds. I see a Magus to the Moon, which he did not put into play. Interesting. I guess
He doesn't
because
have
of the
no
oath.
mana.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
No, from the show and tell.
Oh,
I guess he didn't want to let the
Oh
oath.
well, he's playing
CJ is
up now.
CJ is just decided. You know what?
so
This doesn't matter.
I mean, I'm pretty sure no matter if you know the card or not, when it says draw your deck and put one
Yes,
card down,
it's
he
very
probably knows it's over.
It was bad news for him.
so that's GG's.
So yeah, so Fisher is gonna play around for a while. CJ looks like he's gonna make him play out. CJ.
I was gonna say we're gonna get to see some legacy.
CJ
action
is wants to have some fun, and by that I mean he wants his opponent to have some fun because he's a very nice guy.
Oh, he had the
man.
Force Will, but no blue card because he couldn't play the
True.
Painter because of
So,
the oath.
if he had shown
That's
tell the
rough.
painter into play, though, he could have forced
He
him
could have
to
said blue.
Burning Wish by naming blue. but
Then he
checked
just
that
loses
stuff.
to the oath.
It's true. It's bad. So
It gives him a turn to try and draw a Red
Yes,
Blast,
he's-
though, to Red Blast the oath.
exactly, he can maybe draw Red Blast to kill
Plays
the oath.
everything
That sort of is out. He can maybe draw Grafdigger's Cage, which turns off oath. But you know, I mean, the odds are not in favor. And if Fisher has any counterspell, then he's just.
CJ is going to get his face
Fisher,
and his board annihilated,
Just wanna
and
point
then
out
Fisher's going to be in the top 4.
Some beautiful proxies. There's a Time Walk.
Black Lotus.
Also drawn by yours truly. Like, I probably
Fisher's just casting another Burning Wish, because why not?
I drew these in probably approximately 2005. And as I acquired power, somehow like gave them to Fisher, like also about 6 or 7 years ago.
Wow, he's playing Tendrils too.
So,
he's robbing us of a
he just-
really cool victory.
He's just showing it all.
Yeah.
He's given CJ.
A lot of
I don't
people-
even
Giving him the business.
Is the Tendrils even lethal? I mean, I guess it is because he
It
cast
is.
Emrakul, he cast...
He
cast
everything.
He did kind of
Most of your
draw
cards say draw
his
cards.
entire deck, and then also have Omniscience, so he can play all of it for free. Chances are Tendrils will get there.
Well,
So-
it will get there, but did it here?
Yes.
So
it did.
I came in late to the party.
Yes.
That
Agreed,
was
this was
game
definitely
1.
close.
No, that was game 2.
No, that was
That
game
was
2.
game 2?
Fisher
No,
Raffle
no.
stomped him. Like,
got
enjoy
game
the
one?
wasteland.
So game 1, Fisher had the Island Sapphire.
Okay.
CJ had Gorilla Shaman, Eat Your Sapphire, and Fisher Impulse. And Fisher untapped and played Oath on turn 2 with Gorilla Shaman in play. And then he got a Gristlebrand and basically grinded him out 8 cards at a time. If you could really call Gristlebrand grinding, he grounded out. And then he just like drew and attacked and then drew and then got an animal. And
Alright.
it was real bad. So Brian Fisher is victorious. So far, the results we know Ben has defeated Nam Tran. Ben, the 1 seed, the 2 seed, Brian Fisher, will advance after defeating Cliff Chang or M. Ortiz.
So, we don't know about Jake and
We don't.
Mr. Crown.
Yeah,
we don't know
waiting for
about
Jake and
Hazard
Kevin.
and that.
Hazard and that we're waiting on. So essentially